Hey guys, so I'm back, Yanni here, and I'm gonna be helping y'all. I'm just going to go into this, okay? Don't you want to replace your paycheck at the end of the day? I know it's the reason why you didn't. Matter of fact, let me tell you who I'm talking to. So, part-time locticians. Now, don't get me wrong, I could talk to locticians, but there's a little sweet spot of people that need my help, and you guys are more like part-time locticians because you haven't gone full-time and you're probably still working at your job and just doing a few lock clients, you know, on the side, or maybe you just do family and friends. But that little talent that you got can literally be your ticket to living the life that you actually been dreaming about, right? And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you've been sick of your job, or it's not paying enough, or you're tired of commuting, you're tired of going there, and you're doing locks, right? If you were to just take that business a little more serious, you would be in position to make six figures, right? And a lot of people say six figures, but they don't really break down what that means. All it means is that you make at least $8,333 a month, okay? And if you would like to break that down, how that works in the lock industry, I'm gonna show you exactly how to break down your six figures as a loctician, right? So you could do this, because you could do it. So you could do that. Let's break it down. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to go to my website, and I'm going to share the screen with y'all so you can see this entire screen. And I'm going to go here. So this page right here on my website, you're not going to be able to find it by just going to yannired.com. So you're going to go to yannired.com/retwist-challenge, right? This is a hidden page on my website. So if you get here, that means that you've been listening and following directions, which is all I need you to be able to do for me to help you replace your paycheck, right? So you're going to get on here and secure your spot. You're going to press this, right? That's going to bring up the form. You're going to put in your name, and you're going to put in your phone number and your email, okay? What that's going to do is get you the workbook and a call from me to get on to this free hands-on. But we're going to be doing it hands-on, so I need you to make sure you have a model present. All right, so let me stop sharing. And all right, guys. So I'm on here today helping you do this, okay? Because it's easier than ever for a loctician to replace your paycheck, but not if you're going to be doing trendy styling, not if you're going to be fitting yourself into the commodity bank with everybody else, and not if you're going to use the same products as everybody else. Then you're going to have a hard time replacing your paycheck because the clients are not going to value your information, and they're not going to value you as a stylist, okay? Because you're going to be giving the same exact thing everybody else gives, which makes you not valuable. They could get that anywhere, right? So if you want to stand out as a loctician and be able to do this, right? You want to be able to replace your paycheck as a loctician, and you want it to be easy, then I have the special formula for you, okay? And I'm going to put the link here for y'all to go to challenge. Okay, so the link is up, guys. All right, this is what we're doing. Okay, I want to help you replace your paycheck if you're a part-time loctician. Now, if you're a total beginner and you don't have any clients, this is not for you. If you are a loctician who is in the shop every day and your clientele is booming, then this is not for you. This is only for the ones who are doing friends and families here, who have the integrity to feel that they are not ready to go forward. And I want to help you guys get the confidence today to understand that you are in a perfect situation to replace their paycheck. And I'll tell you why. For one, if you are doing friends and families locks, then that means that you have a reason to care about the hair. Okay, it's not about just the money. So if you want to replace your paycheck and start earning six figures as a loctician without having to do wigs, without having to do micro locks and all of that stuff that take 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, I want to show you, and I'm show you for free what to do instead of what all the other locticians are doing. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, when I first started doing locks, it was so expensive just to get a retwist because everybody was not doing it. And it was only one shop in my whole state where you could go and get a retwist at, right? And back then it was like $180 to just get a retwist. And then I started doing it and I started sharing what I was doing. And now we got all of these people doing retwists, but guess what happened to the price? It went all the way down. And you know what happened? It's because a lot of locticians do not do a quality retwist. It looks nice the first few days, and then after that, it's messed up, right? So if you want to replace your paycheck and you want it to go fast, if you want to do somebody's locks and you want them to say, this my stylist right here, and you want them to bring all their friends and family, you got to do something different, okay? You got to do the original classic way of doing things because that's the only way you're going to replace your paycheck with this without doing all that time consuming stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I could show you how to do lock extensions, and that's like $1,000. So you do that once a week, and you will wind up making 5,400. $54,000 before the end of the year, right? So if you just added 2 heads of lock extensions, that would give you your six figures. If you just did 2 heads of lock extensions a week, you could get six figures. But what I found out is that literally that is so time consuming that most people get discouraged at that point. So what I want to help y'all do is do it like I did it, right? I didn't know how to do no lock extensions when I started. It wasn't no $1,000 hairstyles for locks when I started doing them. However, as time has gone on and the quality of lock services goes down and plummets down, now this is the opportunity for us to actually be able to replace your paycheck. If you still working at the job, I want you to know that you could actually replace your paycheck by just doing a retwist correctly, right? And the funny thing about it is it's so quick that it allows you to make $1,000 in a day without even having to do no time consuming installs. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, that crochet needle, a lot of y'all think, oh, they seen it on the video, they just poking it. That's not what they doing, okay? And what you definitely don't want to do is get caught with some janky lock extensions, or and you definitely don't want to get stuck doing repairs on hair that cannot be repaired. Because I see a lot of that is, oh, I'm doing lock repair and the hair is damaged. You're not going to be able to repair damaged locks. They only can be cut, or you can start pasting or crocheting that fake hair in there. But if y'all want to do the service that the people actually came for, because that's one thing about it. Everybody's complicated things. So if you want to replace your paycheck, I want you to go to that link I got in the comment right there, right? And that's going to allow you to get a free hands-on retwist session with me, okay? I'm sure y'all don't even understand the value of this. I want y'all to get it, okay? When you go to a typical loctician, your stuff is lasting 2 weeks. Most locticians, everything is lasting 2 weeks, and it's a major reason why. 2 reasons, matter of fact, because one, the product that you're using. If you are using the trendy product, and y'all can let me know in the comments if you on here. I don't see that it's a lot of people on here, but I'm gonna talk to the one person on here if I got one. You know, I'm trying to find out what product are y'all using and how long do your retwists last now? Because my product and my retwist last 7 weeks. Everybody I talk to tell me they retwist last 2 weeks and they be having it in the style. And now I'm super confused as to why you guys are even following these trends when you know for a fact that I've been told y'all that your retwist is supposed to last at least a month and a half. Okay. And if you good, you get 2 months out of it. But if you are not giving your clients that kind of service, no wonder you having a hard time going full time. And no wonder nobody really wants to pay you enough so that you can go full time doing this, right? Now, this is the thing. When we say full time, you might be thinking about it being like your salary. If you start doing locks full time, guaranteed 6 figures, because let me tell y'all, especially if you learn how to retwist properly, okay? Because what happens is this, right? Let's do the math. Now, if you're trying to replace your paycheck, this is for you. If you're a seasoned loctician, you're booked and busy, and you got all the styles down packed, then this is not for you, okay? And if you're a beginner loctician, then what I want y'all to do is go back through my videos until you get the confidence to stop calling yourself a beginner, because you could get that just from my videos. However, what's happening is there's so much new stuff that you might get caught up in the trends. I don't want y'all to get caught up in the trends ever, okay? You never see me being trendy, right? Never ever see me being trendy. What you see me doing? The same retwist. Why? Because it lasts longer than what you see out now, okay? The philosophies that I put in place 20 years ago, or really it was more than 20, but I'm being modest, guys, but they are still the same exact retwist practices that I use that get clients to pay me $200 for a retwist, $275 for a retwist and style and up. And for my students, I'm getting them these same exact prices because I'm helping them do the wow to the clients, right? And what is the wow? Y'all want to know what the wow is? The wow is, oh my God, that did not hurt. Oh my God, I went a week without my hair itching. Unlike when they go to other people and they hear it's itching immediately, right? And then the other thing everybody's doing is these tight styles and these retwists that hurt because they are pulling people's hair out and then parting it like it's braids. All of this crazy stuff that actually takes down the worth of your retwist. So if you're watching videos of other locticians doing a retwist, you might be watching something that's going to decrease your clientele dramatically. Why? Because if I could go to you and you hurt my head, and I'm gonna go to her and she hurt my head, then I'm gonna go to him and he hurt my head, and then I go to this one person that I don't feel nothing, and they finish before I even know it. And I'm like, wait, you done? Oh my God, I didn't feel anything, right? That's the first effect of the wow. But this can't be faked. And that's the problem with most of this, what's going on, is that everybody's doing stuff that can be faked, right? But you cannot pretend somebody's not hurting your head. That's the thing. When I look on the videos and I see them doing the hair, they doing the locks, they doing the retwist, the client head is doing all of this, that means that you are yanking and pulling. Then you got people that's pulling hair out, pulling it out. So it's like you look like you fighting with a client, and then you want to make enough money to replace your paycheck. Now those two things don't really go together, because you can't hurt the client if you want to do this. You need to make the client feel as good as possible, okay? And if you want to learn how to do that, I'm not even going to charge y'all. See, I'm letting y'all in for free, because this is why. Because I care more about the client's experience than I do about the money. So it's the client's experience. If you want to do this, okay? Is this backwards? This is probably backwards for y'all. But I'm telling you, if you want to replace your paycheck, right, as a loctician, and this is not for you if you already a full-time loctician, and it's not for you if you are a total beginner, because a total beginner, I can help y'all instantly by sending you to my YouTube. You're going to go to the retwist videos. You're going to go to the styling videos. You're going to pay attention to every single thing that's going on over here, not on the other channels. And why do you want to do it? Because they clientele got them big enough where they on YouTube and they on Instagram trying to go viral. My clientele got me big enough to where I've done my reality TV show. My work has been featured in TV and film, okay? And it's always on the quiet, but we about to bust that thing out, right? So if y'all want to replace your paycheck quickly, you want to listen to the loctician, first of all, that been here long enough to know what she's talking about, right? Number one. You also want to be doing what the loctician who this attracts, like our services, my services, they attract whatever my clients want, whatever life they want, right? So if they want to be an actor, y'all know about Alteron. Y'all seen him getting his hair done by me with the basketball hoop, with the little man hairstyle. And you seen him do the Bobby Brown story. You seen him get booked for role after role after role because he had a loctician who could make sure that his hair was good during those takes, okay? And so if you want to learn the typical way of doing it, where it takes all day and now your clients are not valuable to film and TV industry, or do you want to get in there, do what needs to be done for your clients to really become somebody, right? How are you going to do it? You're going to book with me on that link right there. Okay, now if y'all remember before, I don't know who I got on because nobody said good morning yet. So rude. Good morning, everybody. Okay, good morning. So this morning, I am helping part-time locticians replace their paycheck. And the reason why I really want to help part-time locticians is because y'all are the ones who didn't decide that you know enough to step out here and just start doing anything to the client's hair. You're still in your job because of your integrity. And I want to commend you for that today, because a lot of these people, they don't know what they're doing. They just hopping on somebody's head, don't care if it hurt, don't care if it only lasted 2 weeks. Like, and if you could braid and it lasts 2 weeks, we know that means you can't braid. Don't you know that? If your braids last 2 weeks, that means you can't braid. Well, I want you to know if your retwist only lasts 2 weeks, that means you can't retwist either. And that might be why you're having a problem getting the clients, right, to pay. Because anybody could get a lot of clients, but are you attracting the ones who actually value their hair? Okay, because that's going to be the difference. And then, do they value their time? And this is the little loophole that will help you replace your paycheck. Because if you get people that value their hair and their time, now they want you to be quick. These people got stuff to do. They cannot sit with you for days doing no install. They can't sit with you for hours doing no retwist. And they actually don't have to if you just retwist properly. So if you want to replace your paycheck, okay, you want to learn how to retwist the proper way. Why? Because it will have you done and done in an hour and maybe 1 hour. Okay. So why is that important? Because if I want to charge $150 for a retwist, right? Now, first I have to wash it, right? We're going to shampoo the hair. And a lot of times they'll tell you, you don't wash it, you shampoo it. Well, I want you to know that we don't always wash or shampoo. We sometimes sanitize, okay? We're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of what to do so that you can easily replace your paycheck, okay? Because it's not hard to do. If you want to replace your paycheck, we're going to follow a few steps, okay? Now, this is the thing. If y'all want to get in the hands on to learn how to do this instantly right there with someone who you could twist their locks right on TV with me, I want you to click the link in the comments. And I want y'all to say good morning because I know it's Sunday. Or what day even is it? Is it Sunday? Look at me not knowing what day it is. Okay, so it is Saturday. And so that means that today you guys should be understanding that this is a day that you can actually get on here with me today, find you somebody to twist today, hop in here in the retwist challenge because it's going on today at 12 o'clock. You can actually join into my training with me to do hands-on. So I'm giving y'all this warning now. That's why I'm up here early so that you could go ahead and get whoever you're going to twist and go ahead and wash their hair. And let's get started because I have a 12 o'clock free hands-on training that anybody can join today, especially if you are a part-time loctician. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have unlimited spaces. I don't even want y'all to think that I don't have unlimited spaces. So if you want to get in this training, what you're going to do is you're going to find someone to twist. Can y'all hear my dog in the background? Can y'all hear my dog? Like every time I get on live, he want to be in the background singing or doing whatever he doing to try to get my attention. And it's okay. It's not going to stop us from doing this. So I want y'all to click that button, click that link right there in the comments if you want to join me today for hands-on. Now, this is the thing. If you want to join and do hands-on, click the link, fill out the form, and I'm going to send you some specific instructions. I might even give you an actual call today because I want to help you get on track to replace your paycheck. One other thing, guys, I know that doing this transition is really hard sometimes because not everybody's going to resonate with the fact that you're saying, I'm about to quit my job and follow my dreams, right? They're not going to resonate with you saying, I'm about to quit my job. And they're going to say, to do what? And you're going to say, well, I'm going to do locks. And they're going to say, well, how much money do that make? And you're going to say, I don't know. But that's not really true. We do know how much money it makes. You just need a mentor that can actually get you there and keep you on track so that you actually do replace your paycheck and you don't be out here looking crazy because you said, I'm going to go do locks. All right. Because there's a method to the madness. All right. If you want to do it and you want to build clientele quickly, you want to know how to retwist properly. And the reason why is because, first of all, time is money. Second of all, right, you got all these locticians out here, they doing these long installs, this long crap, and all it does is really get them to the retwist. It get the locks to look like this. No frizz. That's all they're trying to do. I want you to know that I know the quick way to do that without all of this time-consuming installs, without lock extensions, without interlocking, without even sister locks. And I want y'all to know that me and my team have done the math, and you can actually make more by just doing traditional locks and getting finished a lot faster than you can by doing sister locks, okay? Sister locks will keep you on one client all day, okay? And traditional locks will help you diversify that clientele because, and this is what you want to do, you want to diversify your clientele. You don't want to have clients that you doing one client over 2 days. Why? Because whatever they paying you, it just split in half. So if you're getting $1,000 to install some lock extensions and it's going to take 2 days, that means you only made $500. If you want to make $500, that's 2 clients when you do the retwist properly, and you'll be done in like 4 hours as opposed to doing that long time consuming install. And that's how I know for a fact I can help you replace your paycheck, because this is the thing, you can do it without even quitting your job. You could literally do this on Saturdays. So if the first thing, matter of fact, let's go into the training. I'm gonna go into this for free today. Okay, y'all still not gonna say good morning? Fine, whatever. Whatever, y'all not gonna say good morning. All right, so good morning, guys. And I'm going to say it like this. If y'all don't want to say good morning, I'm going to say good morning to y'all. But I'm going to keep my free bonus I was going to give everybody who said good morning to myself, okay? So y'all can still join my retwist training today. It's happening at 12, and it's totally free. But you got to join from this link right here. Y'all hear my dog in the background? He is perfectly fine. And he just wants to speak to y'all too because he be in his feelings. But this is what I'm helping you guys do today. And it's Sunday. It's Saturday. Why do I keep thinking it's Sunday? It's Saturday. And this is the perfect day to implement this. First, I gotta really find out what day it is, y'all. And nobody's gonna tell me what day it is for real. Okay, fine. So look, today at 12 o'clock, we're gonna be doing the retwist challenge. And it's gonna be happening every Saturday. Hold on, here go my dog. Yes, and sometimes you gotta get up from your video just to see if YouTube is playing with you, telling you that people is watching your video, and they might not be. But this is what we doing today, y'all. The replace your paycheck free retwist training. Okay, if you are somebody who needs to replace your paycheck, you want to come out of the job you hate or whatever, I have a perfect plan for you to do it in 90 days or less. And you're going to do it part-time because you really could do this on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? If it's just to replace your paycheck. And the reason why is because most paychecks don't really pay much, okay? I want y'all to get this, that instead of paychecks, you need to think of clients as paychecks, right? So each client will count as a paycheck, right? So instead of you trying to go for 5 days or at least 10 days. I know a lot of people that get paid every 2 weeks. So that means you're going back and forth 10 times. How much money is that costing you before they give you the check? When you could literally just replace your paycheck on Saturdays, and you could have that money come straight to you because you could do this working from home. And so that's why I'm talking to part-time locticians today who are tired of commuting, because I know y'all ready to, first of all, just be able to sleep the morning away, okay? I know that you want to be able to retire one day, right? And that's going to take more money because with inflation and the way they got these eggs and the milk and the food and everything costing, Lord, okay, it's going to take a little time. So I'm also having to replace the paycheck. It's free training. You guys can go over there and learn what it takes today to be a loctician that is going to be on track to make six figures. And I want to break this math down to y'all is that it takes 83.33 a month to do six figures. So if you want to start making $100,000 a year, the first thing we got to do is figure out what's going to get us $8,333, right? Now, let me tell y'all how easy this is, okay? Because we're going to do this math. Let's just say that you charge $100 for a wash and retwist, right? That would mean that you needed to do 84 clients a month, right? Now, let's say that it's 25, let's say it's 20 working days in a month because you're going to work Monday through Friday, right? That means that you need to do 4 clients. In a few of those days, you need to do 5. But you need to do 4 retwists a day, right? Which is so easy to do once you start getting the word out and your clients start getting the word out about you doing a retwist in a wonderful way, right? Now, this is the beauty of that. In the beginning, you might want to charge $100 just because you're a little shy, okay? But if you add the wow effect onto that, which I'm going to show you exactly how to do in my training, what will happen is that clients will now be asking you for appointments that cost $200, $275, $350 because you are solving their real problems, like how to fix my itchy scalp because it's making my hair fall out, right? If you knew how to fix that, then you would be able to get clients who value you a little bit more, who want to pay more money than just your typical price. Okay, so let's say that you brought those clients up to $200, right? Let's say that you're charging $200 per client, right? And this is not for time consuming stuff. This is for something that lasts. And I want y'all to understand there's a broken thing in the industry because they got y'all thinking that if you want to make a lot of money, you got to do stuff that take a long time. I'm here to tell you that if you want to make a lot of money, what you need to do is find a way to do the things that take a long time and don't take a long time, okay? If you could figure out how to do, like my locks, for instance, you got people doing crochet, doing locksmithing, which takes hours to retwist. And I literally have only twisted my hair about 4 times since I even had this length right here because I know the real way. So let's think about it like that. Let's say that you're doing things the real way. And now the clients look at it as it's cheaper to pay her $200 to do my retwist than it is for me to go let somebody jack up my hair. And then I got to get lock extensions and lock repair because that's when it gets expensive. And the sad thing about it is they still might not even be able to keep their hair after all that crocheting, right? So what we want to do is become valuable lock legends. It's not enough to be a loctician anymore. Being a loctician might get you some part-time work like it's been doing, but being a lock legend will make lock clients claim you as their loctician immediately. And that's what you want to get on track to six figures as fast as possible. You also want your hair care regimens in the arsenal because out of all these locticians, I'm going to tell you who they competing with and who they doing this for. Other locticians. You know why? Because other locticians will watch your video and make you go viral. But The problem with that is it leaves you out of the customer journey, okay? And this is why most locticians blend in. They all use the same product, and all of their clients get dry scalp and wear tight styles that they don't even feel comfortable in because everybody's trying to do the same thing. So I want you to know that if you just step out on faith with me and do it exactly like I showed you, okay, I'm not even going to go into it, but if you step out on faith with me and stop trending and stop looking for videos and just focus right here on what I'm about to show you, I'm going to show you how easy it is to replace your paycheck. Why y'all ain't tell me I was muted? So, hey guys, if you are tuned in here, you probably could hear my dog in the background, but I'm going to talk to him in a minute. But you probably wanting to replace your paycheck, right? As a part-time loctician. And so we're just going over what it looks like because if you do replace your paycheck, one thing I don't want you to do is look at it like you're going to make the same amount of money that you're making at the job because you're literally going to make more money. The other thing is if you will step out on faith with me and do things correctly, okay? And that means doing things a certain way, not the trendy way. The trendy way is going to get you blended in, worrying about dry scalp and build up and all this crap that we don't even have to think about when we do things correctly, right? Now, if you can do that with me, and it's going to be hard because every time you look at something new coming out, right? But none of that stuff matters when you want to hit six figures in this year. Okay. If you want to have a hard time getting clients to pay and you want to have retweets that don't last and you want to hurt the client's head, then go ahead and do what y'all been doing. Okay. Now, if you want to be able to make six figures with this, easy, and I'm talking about in half of the time that you do. So if you spend 80 hours doing locks and you got the right prices and the right techniques, you bound to hit $100,000 in 9 months. It's just inevitable because I'm gonna tell y'all, first thing is that this is so rare to find a loctician who even knows what they're doing. That if you just do that, people gonna want to pay you more, okay? Because if they don't, they're gonna pay a lot of money anyway because they're gonna be spending it on repairs. They're gonna be spending it on getting lock extensions. They're gonna be spending it on now. They're trying to get their hair crocheted. They need somebody to comb this out. They need you to fix the parts. They need you to do all of these things that basically started from their hair not being done correctly in the first place. So if you want to shoot past the trial and error and get straight to the point of doing this without having to pick up the needle, because I'm gonna tell y'all that needle, especially when you first do it, I'm gonna tell y'all my first experience doing lock extensions. And at first I was just against it, but I'm like, okay, fine. One of my clients who I actually love, one of them, and that's what made me actually do it. And I pierced the needle straight through my finger, and it got up under my nail bed, and that was like the most excruciating pain. So even though y'all see my training for the replace your paycheck that says, and it wasn't even replace your paycheck, it was the $100,000 loctician blueprint. Now, don't get me wrong, that is for locticians, okay? So if you're a part-time loctician, that one may not be for you. This one right here is for part-time locticians who want to replace the paycheck. Now, the first thing is this. I know y'all not making $100,000 with your paycheck. So if we talking about replacing your paycheck, we literally talking about just bringing in $500 a week that you don't have to go commute for, because that's you get to keep it. So if you're making $600 a week at your job, and then you go and drive there back and forth every single day, and you leave your house and you do all these things that require you to spend money to go to work, then you could calculate your real total minus the taxes, minus lunch, and all the other things. Are you paying for a babysitter? Are you sending your kids off to be in school, right? That's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of parents are making now, because you know what they're going to teach your kids? How to be an employee. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not the worst thing in the world. But it is if employee jobs are gone, right? Because we in an age where AI is about to come and smack the job market, and it just keeps on doing it. So if you're doing something that is going to be replaced by AI, right? If you're a cashier, if you're working at a fast food place, if you are doing home health or any of those that are going to be replaced by AI jobs, then I want you to know, especially if you are doing locks on the side, it is time for you to get in to this mode right here to replace your paycheck. Because just like they giving out the severance packages, and y'all like, oh, don't quit your job because they probably not going to pay you, you better find another way to get out of there then. Okay? Because the sad truth about it is that so many people stay in a job and don't do their talent because they just don't know how much money they're going to make. But when you do your talent, this is the cool thing about it. You get to decide how much money you're going to make because you are the boss. And there's no corporate ladder to climb. So if you decided, I want to make $250 a client coming out the gate, then you can, because that is possible in a $13 billion industry, right? Where you actually are positioned to make the money. Because here's the thing, you might be working in a $13 billion industry. However, the way you work in it, your boss is the one who gets that portion of the 13 billion, and then they get to give you a small portion of the interest that they are going to accumulate. But you can actually create that compound interest and keep that for yourself by just starting to do your loctician business. Okay, why is that? Because when you first start, and this is the thing, if you decide to do this, I'm gonna tell y'all how y'all first 30 days is gonna go. You're gonna first feel uneasy because you're starting out, right? And nobody knows how much money you're gonna make, not even me. I can tell you how much money I would like you to make and how much money we could make. But if you do not follow the steps to the T, then I can't guarantee you this. Now, if you do follow the steps to the T, I can guarantee you this, because if you do follow the WOW method, then I got you. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do is know how to retwist better and faster than a loctician. Okay. And that might sound crazy because it's like, Yanni, aren't you a loctician? Now, don't get me wrong. I am a loctician, but I'm also a licensed cosmetologist, and I have been for over 25 years now. Okay. So my hair care and my standard of doing things and my understanding of products is different from the typical loctician. And matter of fact, we're going to show y'all some products today, since I happen to have some right here on the table. Okay, so let's see what we got. All right, one product is this right here, right? So this product, and we need to talk about this because product is literally the reason why your retwist may or may not be lasting. Okay, so let's talk about some of the product stuff. One thing most people do when they pick products is they smell it, they go, ooh, that smell good, and they like, oh, okay, I want to use that in my hair. Now, Product companies know this, and so they will make products that really don't work well, but they smell good, right? So if you came across that kind of product before, right? We know what companies make products that smell good and don't actually work well on the hair, right? So this is what we would basically call a grease. It says that it is a locking firm wax, but I would call this a grease just because I can actually rub this on my scalp and it feels like grease is not a wax at all. It's a grease, right? And the difference between wax and grease is that wax is thick and grease is not really thick. It's really designed to just coat the scalp while you it's designed to like protect your scalp. But as far as for a retwist, I really wouldn't use this per se because I don't really like this product. It's really thin or whatever. What I would use is something that looks more like this in the jar, okay? Something more like a pomade. And this can be the game changer for your retwist because if you are using a grease or especially a lock gel that looks like an edge control, the problem with those is they really don't have any hold. Okay, this right here is going to have the hold you want. And then the other secret to doing a retwist that lasts, because I want y'all to get this. If I spend $150 and my hair only lasts 2 weeks, right? But I come to you and I spend $250 and my hair lasts 7 weeks, you got a cheaper appointment than the person who's charging $150 when it does not last. So if you can help me help you by not not trending, okay, and just joining the training, that's gonna get you this free knowledge, right? Because this part right here, this is just me talking to y'all, but I actually am going to go into this and show you exactly how to do what I'm saying free of charge. And the reason why is because I just don't want y'all out here doing raggedy retwists, wasting people time, because a lot of people are doing this so raggedy. It's ridiculous. Good morning. Is that my Nikki on there? Good morning, Nikki. So Nikki is definitely popping and on track to replace her paycheck. And I want to talk a little bit, guys, about what that means. If you stop trending for 1 second and decide to become better and faster than a loctician, right? It's not enough to be a loctician these days because if you're a loctician, that means that you out here hurting people's heads. You doing this slow retwist with a comb. You probably retwisting like this, right? You retwisting like this. That's why nobody is coming to you. That's why nobody's staying with you because they got their hair retwisted before and it didn't take that long. And then to top it off, it don't even last. So I want you to make sure you're using a product that is looking something like this, okay? Because if not, you're just wasting your own time. Something like this, all right? Not clear, not orange. If it looks like edge control, that's definitely not the product, okay? A product that looks like this. What that's going to do is for one, it's going to make your retwist last longer. Okay, so we're going to do the math again. Sally went and got a retwist and it was $150, right? And then Jesse went and got a retwist and it was $250, but it lasted 7 weeks. Sally's was $150 and it lasted 2 weeks. So who is the cheaper stylist, right? It's still going to be Jesse, even though Jesse is charging more and getting Sally out of the shop in 2 hours. Okay. So if you're spending $150 and you at the shop all day and they taking 4 hours to retwist your hair, I want you to get that your time is more valuable than that. When you could pay $275 or $250 and get somebody that know what they're doing that's gonna get you in and out, and then you don't have to go back to the shop for 7 weeks. I want y'all to get this. It doesn't move. Okay. So if you get a loctician, you're gonna be in there every 2 weeks. They're gonna be taking all day to do your hair, and then your product is gonna just be jacking your scalp up, and you're gonna have tight styles. That is the experience when you go to the typical loctician. That's why we can't just be locticians. And that's why I'm doing the 12-point certification now, right? 12 points. If you don't have 12 points, then that would be the reason why you probably can't get people to pay you more than $80 without saying, I went to the girl down the street and she charged me this, or telling you what the people down the street are doing. Nobody cares. And if you just show them that you know how to do it the real way, they're not even going to be worrying about the people down the street or the prices, okay? So you want to come in here and show people that whatever the typical crap is that's going on, they just been doing it wrong. If your hair only lasts in 2 weeks, it's not your texture. It's probably because your loctician is not using a product that looks like that. Okay? So I want y'all to get this. It's not you. It's probably not even you doing it wrong. It's the videos that you're following because they're telling you use lock in, right? Use lock and twist, right? Use lock booster, right? Use this little jelly looking stuff. And that's not the right product. And y'all want me to go into that? Okay, that is a finishing product, right? So what happens with a finishing product is I put it on after I finish. Like edge control. When I get done, I'm going to just do my little edges, right? Then I'm done. But if I use a product like that to actually do my retwist, then what's going to happen with my retwist is it's going to not last because the humidity that that product is going to cause is going to make my roots start to unravel immediately. So it gives you like 7 days before that product is no good no more, right? And so that's why you want to use styling products when you do a retwist like this, okay? Just changing to a product like this, right, will let the hair dry, and then it's not going to be moving, okay? It's not going to be buckling. It's not going to be unraveling. It's going to stay until it grows out or until you wet it, one or the other. And that's what you want. You definitely don't want the hair to be unraveling in a style, because who want to say they are a reputable stylist and then find out that what you're doing is literally causing people here to last 2 weeks, right? It's not going to go. So I want y'all to click that. If y'all get on this video later on, I'm helping you replace your paycheck, first of all, by teaching you how to retwist properly. So you don't have to be doing time consuming installs and all of that stuff to get this done. You can actually just do it in your spare time. So if you work Monday through Friday, we're going to do this on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to implement this process where you don't even have to leave your job first. Because a lot of people, as soon as I be like, you need to quit that job, right? It's like you do, but you don't have to quit it immediately. We could just work this in on your days off, because that's how good this is. This could be worked in on your days off. It don't even need 40 hours out of you, okay? You could literally do this over the weekend. Start bringing in an extra, what's the number? $8,333, right? A month. If you want to earn 6 figures, that's the number. So that's going to break down to 84 retweets a month at $100, right? If you bold and you say, I'm doing $200, that's going to break down to 40 clients a month, and you got 30 days. So if you just do 1 or 2 clients a day, that puts you on track to get to your $100,000, okay? Okay, awesome. So guys, click that link that says yannired.com/retwist challenge, and that's going to put you in with me today to learn how to perfect your retwist, so you can start hitting these numbers right here on the weekend. Okay, you don't want to have to be doing this Monday through Friday anymore. You want the money to come to you, right? And that's why I'm talking to part-time locticians. Y'all don't work in a shop, right? You probably got a space in your house where you do clients or you do your family. That space right there is about to change your life. So I want you to make sure you click that link and fill out the form on there. If you are already in my class, this is a new thing. So click that link, fill out the form, because today at 12, I'm going to hop on here with y'all and just walk you through this process, okay? You want to use this process so that the clients can trust you immediately, okay? You don't want to do the trial and error of the loctician world, okay? You want to be trusted immediately by the clients, and this is how we're going to skyrocket your income, by putting into the referral service and the wow effect. You got the wow effect and the referral service, your business is going to grow so fast. Now, if you're doing a typical crap and nobody's walking up to your client saying, hey, who did your hair, right? because that's the way to do it. Who did your hair? Who did your hair, right? You want your clients to get people saying, hey, who did your hair? Who did your hair? Who did your hair, right? And then you want the client to know that it's in their best interest to send you clients, right? That's how this is going to work for you to get to 40 clients in a month, right? Now, this is the cool thing about this. Once you do that, the second part of our implementation is about the upsell. And the upsell is where it's like, yes. So instead of sending your client to the beauty supply store, right? Or me, I don't have to send my students to the beauty supply store. I literally could show you what to do to get the products that you need so that you can make that money instead of the Koreans, okay? Because y'all be sending your client to the beauty supply store, your client going to the beauty supply store, they be done spent another whole $100, $200 in the beauty supply store. And that could have been money that went into your bank account if you had the system set up properly, okay? So if you want to start making this money and not even having to stand behind the chair and do the client for the most of the money because you're going to have your upsell in place, all of those things start with you just doing the wow effect and having your referral system in place. So if you want to get started with that, go ahead and go to my link right here in the comments. It's the first one that's going to allow you to be able to get into the training for free. And that's my way of saying thank you guys for actually tuning in, because I got to give my babies my exclusive stuff. You will not be able to find that on my website. So if you want to send somebody to the free challenge, that is fine as well. But make sure they get on here and watch this video so they can know why this is free and understand what is really going on so that we can do the goal, right? Replacing your paycheck. And we're going to do this. I'm going to be on track with you. And I want y'all to go to my Facebook page, yannired.com. Yanni Red, right? If you go to facebook.com/I certify locticians, and I spell it LOCTICIAN, I certify locticians, right? You can go on there and you'll see the mindset shift, right? You'll see it started from day one. We're on day 3 today, but we're actually doing affirmations to help you guys through the shift of becoming an entrepreneur out of the employee space, because it's super scary. There's a lot of things that as an employee, they tell you this, and so you know how much money you're going to make, you know what hours you got to do, you know exactly what the job is. But it's a little different when you step out into being your own boss. You have to create the salary. You have to create your workday. You have to know what the job description is so that you can actually replace your paycheck, right? You even might want to know how to get insurance for yourself, just like you would do at your job. So these would be some of the things that we're going to go over during that training, which is happening at 12 o'clock today if you click that first one. But if you go to my uh, Facebook page, get your affirmation for the day. So when it feels hard, when it feels like you're crazy, when you talk to somebody that tries to steer you out of doing what you know you are destined to do, right? You will be ready with those affirmations so that you can do this. Okay. I'm going to see y'all in a minute because I got to go on my other platforms, but I'll see y'all at 12.